2024. It's currently May 22nd, 2023, 12:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Cosmos at the time of this reading, currently $10.40, that's USD, and the shuffle file for the one-year reading for 2024 was created on May 15th, 2023 at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this file right here. Guys, before we get into the reading, we're going to first off identify the highest high and lowest low for the year to the week. You have to give it about 2 weeks of wiggle room. Not every one of these cards on the timeline is going to equate to exactly 2 weeks. You have to give it some wiggle room, but the sequence of events is going to be very, very accurate. That's based off of over 1,400 other predictions that we've done. The majority of those have come and gone, and we rate them. So if you haven't been here to this channel before, welcome. Check it out. Suspend your doubt long enough to discover the truth about reality, and that is that anything is possible, my friends. We're proving right here that the stock market can be predicted utilizing a system of pattern recognition using the tarot. All right, guys, check it out. So the overall theme and behavior for Cosmos for the year 2024, we have a decline down to and through a support level on a one-year scale, followed by a decline further to meet a second support level on a one-year scale, and then at that point we rotate sideways along that. It's crossed with what appears to be a notable fake out or shakeout of some kind, some sort of tricky chart behavior that's intended to make the retail investor do something impulsive and make them do the wrong thing. And it looks like it takes place near some important lows throughout the year, at least one important low throughout the year. Behavior around the highest high, we have a fast, sudden move higher, taking us into the highest high. So when I'm looking in real time to determine if we've met a highest high for the year, I want to make sure that that's the type of chart behavior that led into that price level. Same thing goes for the lowest low. I'll see sideways rotation along a key support level on a one-year scale. We'll rise to meet the nearest critical resistance and then fall back down and continue rotating sideways around that lowest low. Most likely what we'll see are two lows, and it actually takes, it does make sense when we look at the correlations for the lowest low. We have a correlation here around February, we have a correlation here around June, and we'll get into more detail about exactly where we see those taking place. For the highest high, we do see a correlation here. So after a decline, there's a move from the bottom of a range all the way to a top of a range, and that big move it looks to be a fast, sudden move higher, taking us into a highest high correlation there somewhere around November. And we'll get into that in more detail again as we get into it in more detail. Guys, if you're interested in the best trades that we see throughout the year, we do a paid version of this video, where at the end of the video, we talk about the best trades that we see throughout the year, what to look for, when to get in, when to get out, that sort of stuff. Check out our website, tarotfortraders.com. Go to our services, SO Meta Posts, and then scroll down to one-year subscription. You can put in any ticker or crypto, select 2023 or 2024 for now, and you can put in any ticker or crypto here, add to cart. That will ensure that whatever ticker or crypto you're interested in seeing covered by our chart gets done fast, rather than being at the end of a long list. Also, guys, real quick, there's a way in the comments. We've pinned a comment with a link. This is our Webull referral code. If you utilize this code to open up a free Webull account, we both get up to 24 free shares. I've seen this happen before. I've gotten free shares from people doing this. I know that it works. It's a really neat thing to do if you're looking to open up a brokerage account. It's free, and it's much better than Robinhood. Robinhood is not something you want to trade if you're looking to get professional. You need something better. Webull definitely has it. I'm not being paid to tell you this. However, if you do sign up, I get free shares as well as you. So check out the link in the comments, guys. It's a cool way to support the channel. Alright, so before we get any further, guys, I want to take a look at the 10-year overview that we did for Cosmos. We did it back in October 9th of 2022 at 5:22 p.m. Eastern Time. We did the 10-year overview reading here. And it looks like, based on this all-time chart, that we're already past the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support. That's on a scale of a multi-year scale. That took place here, it looks like. Matter of fact, it could have been here too, the way that you look at it. But the point is that what we're looking for is this move higher, this prominent move higher through resistance. We'll stay above it briefly, and then we'll break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter with a full retracement. It looks like there's a pretty fast, sudden move higher because it correlates to the same kind of thing for the theme, this prominent move higher followed by a full retracement. So there, it looks to me like there's some pretty bullish opportunity here that we'd want to get out of in 2024 before we see that full retracement, because that full retracement will then continue deeper into a low slow there in 2025, 2026-ish. But that'll be opportunity to get in on the long side again, because the following 10-year period is pretty high. So that's looking pretty solid. I think we're probably going to see like a bit of a drop and then sideways, right? We've got like a lowest low early, but then we do rotation sideways, and then we've got a lowest low here in June, right? So those two lowest lows in the midst of sideways rotation. And then it looks like we have, like out of these fake outs, there's a move to the upside opportunity around August. I'll get into that in the paid version in more detail, but a notable bullish opportunity in August. Looks like a significant opportunity to cash in on a position in 2025 based on the ace of discs. A lot of ground should be covered. Also, looks like there's a high in 2025. Matter of fact, it looks like there's a low in 2025. Like this might be the pop right here, this move higher followed by the retracement. The retracement might take us into 2025, and then we go deeper in 2025, and that ace of discs indicates a pretty substantial amount of price change to the downside, most likely. So there's some trade opportunity early on in the year. In January, early on, we have a prominent crest, and there's a notable reversal standing out on a one-year scale there in early January, that early reversal. And then around the low, we should have some erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level there. Again, on a price level that's important on the scale of a one-year chart. And that erratic behavior, in the midst of that, we're going to revisit the low for the month of January, and we'll also revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. So probably we'll see the crest from early in January again in late January. And then it looks like there's a halting of a bullish trend there in February that takes us into a low slow, most likely. In the end of January, we have the establishment of support followed by this notable move higher, especially like in the beginning of the fourth week or around the third, fourth week. January, there might even be like a temporary breakout there, and there's a lot of trade opportunity early on and around the low, and then on the cusp as well of January. I'll get into that in the paid version. There's an attempt to establish support at a lowest low here in February, probably early February, actually probably mid-February, between like the second and third week of February, most likely. We have a fake out that's notable, or some sort of fake out or shakeout. That's that first correlation to the devil card there in early February, this yellow highlight. So that's the first real fake out or shakeout that'll stand out on a one-year chart. Be careful for that type of thing. It could be anything like a fake out, shakeout, or it could be like some really like whipsaw chart behavior sometimes happens. Whatever it is, technical analysis will lead us to believe something that will not transpire. It's that something else will happen. That's the best way to read a devil card. And a lot of times it's a decline, but not always. So you really have to look at the cards around that. There's an important resistance level around the low, the lowest low. It's an important, so we'll probably meet a resistance level many times near the low for February, which is also a lowest low for the year. And then towards the end of February, we have this period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher. That fast sudden move higher is then transitions into a decline there in the beginning of March. That decline in March ends with another like a significant move out of the March low. That March low will take us, it'll push the upper end of a range higher. And it looks like to reach the high for March, we're also going to see, we could see like a few things. The adjustment card could be indicating to us that we're going to see like a big move out of oversold territory that takes us into the high, or it will fill a previous gap down. It could be a short squeeze, but there's going to be a prominent move there into the March high, which also looks to be a prominent crest for the year. Not a highest high per se, but a prominent crest. It has the possibility of being a highest high, but not compared to some of the other possible locations, it's the least possible location. In any case, by the end of March, we're seeing a key technical price level of resistance again. There's a lot of trade opportunity there towards the end of March, notable trade on a 1-year scale. I'll talk about it again in more detail and more depth in the paid version. So we're rallying into a resistance level in early April. From that resistance level, we decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. And then we come to a pretty notable trough there around like the beginning of the third week of April. That's most likely where the low is for April. And we have this big move higher. Remember, 1 month will always give you a better idea of where the high low is. You have to give it 2 weeks wiggle room. Follow the sequence of events, my friend. The sequence of events is more important than the timing. We'll be on point most of the timing, but sometimes it deviates, especially on the scale of a 1 year. So be mindful of that. Again, so we'll be a steep decline here, and then at the beginning of the third week, it looks like of April, we have a big move higher, bullish price swings, in the midst of which it looks like we have the April high towards the end of April, where we reach for a distant resistance level. Key technical price level it's highlighted in early May. And a notable cash out opportunity or trade opportunity there in some sideways rotation around the May high. The May low forms after a sell-off through multiple support levels that starts in a near overbought crest, and we're doing some sideways fluctuation in a declining kind of trend in late May, but that declining trend does offer trade opportunity. Again, we'll talk about that in more detail in the paid version. In early June, we have our second location for like a notable fake out or shakeout. So again, be careful in early June and late June. So the majority of June, it looks like there's some sort of fake out or shakeout, or possibly two, one in early and one in late June. Fake out, shakeout, or tricky chart behavior that's intended to make you do the wrong thing. Be very, very careful. It looks like it takes place near the low. Matter of fact, it looks like it probably takes place near the high, which is going to be the high for June is going to be in early June, most likely. A prominent peak a prominent peak that'll stand out on a 1 year, and we sell off from that pretty notably into a lowest low for the year, our second lowest low for the year there in late June, or on the cusp there of June, July. We see a sideways fluidity along support around the low, and a fake out there, so be careful. There'll be a sharp decline off of the high, taking us into the low, and around the low we may there may be some agreement or decision of some kind that impacts Cosmos. Either that, or we have a pop and drop off the low, so we go we move higher in early June, and then late fall back down with a retracement in late June. More likely it's some sort of decision, and we have a sideways kind of fluidity along the low there in June. We do have a prominent move higher in early July, followed by a full retracement of that move back down, standing out on a 1-year chart to look like a kind of a triangular shape. Around the high for July, which appears to be towards the end of July, we're going to have a U-shaped dip of some kind there that forms near intersection between two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. The peak towards the end of July will be easily missed, followed by a decline into August through multiple support levels. This may be one of the bigger declines for the year. It doesn't necessarily take us into a lowest low there. The low for July is a prominent low for the year, not a lowest low necessarily. It does have the possibility of being one. It correlates strongly, but I don't think it's a lowest low. I think it's just a prominent low. In any case, we decline off of a peak or crest of July's high there in like the last week of July. Decline continues into August. We meet an important support level near the August low, which can be relied upon. Looks like the August low. August low is probably in like the second week of August, and out of that low, which is along a key support level on a 1-year scale that can be relied upon, out of that low, the decline into that low offers a significant amount of trade opportunity right there, like a swing trade opportunity in just August. We'll talk about in more detail. But we do move higher to a prominent crest or peak for the year towards the end of August, probably like the second or third week of August, followed by looks like a rally that increases with momentum moving forward into it gets a little choppy here in August, September, but in early September there's a rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Off of the September high, there's a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Trade opportunity there. We'll talk in the paid version about that. And then near the low, the September low, there's a rally out of that low that offers opportunity to open up a short position. So we probably see the level of the September low twice. Maybe we see the September low twice, it's possible, or we see it again in October. We do sideways rotation near the low, and that's where we have another fake out shakeout of some kind. We have a fake out shakeout at the low here in January. This might be a lowest low actually, and then we have a fake out shakeout here where we have another prominent low for the year here in the end of September, or somewhere towards the end of September. It looks like a sharp dip that takes us to a prominent trough there for the year. In early October, we have a move to the upside with a breakout, and it'll stand out on a 1-year chart, one of the bigger moves for the year to the upside. We come to a crest for the year of October towards maybe like the second or third week. So I think that low that we have for September probably actually takes place like on the cusp of September, October, or maybe in October, and we have this breakout move to the upside out of that low with a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance to meet another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then on the cusp, yeah, October's looking pretty bullish, especially towards the end of October. But then on the cusp of October, November, we have most likely a highest high there, where we break through resistance, we stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level with a full retracement. That retracement continues to break down through another support level on a 1-year scale. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support level, come back and reuse it as support, and we rotate sideways, it looks like, into the end of November. there's a pretty notable decline off of the peak or crest there around the cusp of October, November, off of that high, which is most likely a highest high for the year, highest probable location of a highest high. Sideways rotation into... Oh, and the high for November is where we see this fast sudden move higher, so it'll start out of a decline, and then we'll go from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range on a 1 year kind of scale. We do more sideways rotation in early December. Looks like even with a correlation to the worry card, so we might see more decline, but sideways rotation for the most part. A lot of price change to take us to the December high. A lot of price change, and then off of the December high, it looks like we decline pretty notably. There's within close time proximity to the December high. We also have a prominent trough for the year. And another fake out shakeout. That fake out shakeout actually looks to be near the high. It's either correlates to the low or to the December high, or actually it might correlate to both the December low and the December high, come to think of it. Trade opportunity towards the end of December in a period of volatility where there's a sharp drop that'll stand out on a 1 year scale in the midst of that volatility. And then again, the sneak preview for the following year looks to be more decline. After like this move here that we have, there's probably move to the upside and move to the downside, because I think we have a significant high in December in 2025 and a significant low. We'll have to look at that in more detail if we choose to do the 2025 reading. Guys, if you want to see the 2025 reading, say so in the comments, guys. If somebody's interested in us covering ATOM in more detail, say so in the comments. We can get it on the list. If you want to see it fast, go check out the subscriptions tab, or excuse me, the services tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. Best place to support the channel. And guys, that's the ATOM reading, the Cosmos reading for 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button, guys. Most importantly, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do that here on our resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from the information on this channel, the free information on this channel. Donate 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities. Make sure that you spend that money, and then send 5% of the profits back. Sorry, guys. So make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here at the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from the information on this channel back to the we donated forward to one of these charities here. Oh my god. Okay, guys, so make sure to follow that rule of karma. It's the most important part of the channel. You do so here at the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from the information on this channel forward to one of these charities. That ensures the flow of abundance continues onward through the universe and comes full circle back around. We also ask that you donate 5% of the profits back to the channel here, one of these links. Really helps to support the channel, allows for us to continue putting out more content. Thank you so much to all my angel investors following that rule of karma. Make sure to follow that third part where you spend that money out of love. Follow these rules, my friends, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.